sure that the strategic plan is developed, make sure that it is delivered. It is the role of the management to implement the strategic plan. Then maintain financial and operational integrity. The demographics there, here and there, but I won't go into them. I've talked about it. I talked about stakeholder mapping. Like I said, we do a detailed stakeholder map in detail. There are three things that happen. One is that stakeholders have influence and also interests. Now, every stakeholder has influence and interests. So it is upon you to see that you map them very well and to make sure that you know those whom you must keep satisfied, those that you must keep actively engaged, those that you monitor, and those that you keep informed. Depending on, so you put the different stakeholders in those different boxes. So we have done that for you. Whatever, like we have identified those that keep satisfied, executive members, employees, players, athletes, those ones must be kept satisfied. They're actively engaged. You have those National Council of Sports, whatever, like, so I've done them in detail in the strategic plan that you will get the benefits. I want to end with some few quotes. The first one is from Chinua Achebe. If you can get me my water. So Chinua Achebe, those who remember Achebe, wrote a book called Things Fall Apart. And he has got a message for leaders like you. You know, you are a leader. You occupy a position, you have whatever, like, you know. One time, if I get a name, I can come and talk about leadership. But he makes a very fundamental statement that I want to leave with you as we do this stakeholder. He says leadership is a sacred trust on behalf of others. Somebody say leadership. I don't hear you like your NETBALL, world class, ladies and gentlemen. For goodness sake, you're competing with Austria, New Zealand, England. You're not like for Uganda friends, the football, which is still playing Rwanda and you're world class. Tell me about neighbor, for goodness sake, you're world class. Hey! World class again. Can I feel some world class in this place? Can I feel some world class? World class. Tell my neighbor, we are world class. We are world class. Hey! So leadership. So it says leadership. Somebody said leadership is a sacred trust. On behalf of others. On behalf of others. If you know something that is sacred, is what they regard say a job is your. It's an omen. You're not supposed to eat it. You're not supposed to touch. The Indians consider a cow sacred. They don't eat meat, they are sacred. So even as leadership is a sacred trust on behalf of others. It's not for your benefit, but for the benefit of the 50 million Ugandans. The over 75 youths are relying on you. You know? So it's a sacred trust on behalf of others. Then the next one is from Henry Ford, which says, coming together is the beginning. So the new mandate that has been given to you, NETBALL Uganda, coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Give an example, when you come from Arua, when you come at it is the beginning. Keeping together is making progress. Working together is success. You will become world class if you put into this. Then, this is mainly for the executive. It says, in business, as in life, NETBALL is a business. As in life, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate for. So no one is going to give you the budget, no one is going to give you the whatever, no one gives you. So if it was about what you deserve, you'll be getting more than Uganda Cranes, if I can use that as an example. Because Uganda Cranes is still, since 78, they always qualified to go. You're number 2 in the world, number 3, number 2 in Africa, number 7 in the world. If it was about getting what you deserve, you'll be getting the biggest resource envelope. But unfortunately, Chester L. Class says, in business just as in life, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. NETBALL, are you hearing what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? You don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. Hey! Now this one, I'm not giving any energizers now. This one is from Elizabeth Warren. If you don't have a seat at the table, it is most likely that you are on the menu. You could be eaten. Hello? If you don't, tell about neighbor, Madam Secretary, if you don't have a seat on the table, you could probably be on the what? In the boardroom of National Council of Sports. Yeah? If you don't have a table where decisions are being made, you could probably get onto the menu. That is when they reduce your budget. Say, after all, why can't they be together with best basketball? You must make sure, the student is make sure that you have a seat at the right table. And somebody feel free to clap. So somebody says, nowadays not only just having a seat, you must also have a voice. Let me close with this. I think they put it here. But, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you implement, as long as it's your document, it's a living document, make sure that you act it out, give it life, give it way, whatever, like, to make you what you aspire to do. Let us give ourselves a hand clap. Any questions before I can leave, perhaps? Any questions before I hand over the floor to the President? Madam President, please, you can sit as they give us. Any questions? Yes.
Thank you so much. This is not a question, but a vote of thanks. We are very humbled, and because we're even in Swahili, Ramadan gives us blessings. We are so blessed that we got this information. To me, it's a refresher. To many of us, it's new. So we thank you so much. And I request that when we go back in our regional and district associations, we implement what we've just done. We start with the stakeholder matrix. We do the analysis. We identify the stakeholders. Just the concern is, we normally target the biggest stakeholders, those who can finance us, that have much more influence because of their finances. But we forget the players, we forget the athletes, who are the biggest, in my own view, the biggest people we should think about. So we go back, think about the athletes, think about those players in primary schools, secondary schools. It is about them. Like he has said, it is a sacred leadership. It's just a responsibility given to us for them. Thank you so much. May the Lord bless you.
Another question? So, Madam President, with your permission, if I can just respond to that, just clarify. The stakeholder is comprehensive. The stakeholder analysis, and should they bear witness, the executive, it is from the highest to the lowest. Even media people, social media, players, and whatever, they are all included. But, like I said, everybody has influence and everybody has interest. If you are there, it is upon you to see that you influence. Because, like that man said, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate for. Thank you very much.
Please, let's give Mr. Kalema Ivan a larger clap. Mr. Kalema, thank you very much for showing us and teaching us what a strategy is all about. Now we know what it is, and that's exactly what is August House, the members, the stakeholders. We are all stakeholders here. That's what we are going to do. So I will, Mr. Kalema, if you had said you have another program, you can leave at your will, but you can stay behind and continue being part of this discussion. Thank you. So Mr. Kalema has presented our strategy, and that's exactly what we are going to follow. I will invite you all to be part of this journey. We need to know where we are going, who is going to enable us to reach where we are going, and we have to focus. Let us not be distracted. The world is full of so many distractions. Some people's job is just to distract you so that you don't focus on where you're going. So let's identify those people we are going to partner with and get where we want to go. The journey is always not easy, but when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So as we prepare to license NETBALL Uganda through the new statute, I would request that each one of you in your region make sure you have all that it takes to have NETBALL Uganda licensed. We must have active league in our own areas, in our regions, because they are going to come looking out for. Is NETBALL very active in Katabu, for example? Is NETBALL very active in Masaka? We think it is when it's not. But we know we have our clubs in Masaka. You have to be active. Just get to focus on NETBALL. Get your associations in order, get your leadership in order, so that when they come down to check, they are going to find you in existence and active. Be part of the action. So the league, we have got a national league. We are going to go through our calendar for the year. We are going to request that you're part of the league from your districts, your regions, up to the national league. So please be part of this movement so that we get the license as soon as possible. So I will ask a member to pass a motion that we adopt this, our strategy.
Thank you so much, Madam President. Bisha Ali Central Region, ladies and gentlemen, having got a great and a very detailed explanation of the strategic plan NETBALL Uganda has from Mr. Ivan Kalema, I request the August House to adopt, passing a motion, we adopt this strategic plan for the next 5 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ashraf Ibrahim. I'm seconding.
Thank you very much. Let us move to the next agenda, which is the presentation of NETBALL Uganda membership fees and subscription. Yes. Which is activity calendar. Okay, sorry. Number 8, I beg your pardon. Let's present presentation of the draft 2025 Uganda calendar of activities.
Thank you, Madam President. Government representative present. Madam President. Executive Committee members present. Dear our lovely delegates, press, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ramadan Sebuya Mwada, Secretary of the Press Committee and Players Representative on the Executive. I've been delegated the responsibility of taking us through the activity calendar 2025. Date January, event confirmation of clubs, transfer of players, venue, head office, Lugogo. 27th January to 10th February, Quad Series, UK. 27th January to 4th February, Technical Table Work Course, Chiboga. February, umpiring, coaching, refresher, upgrade courses, technical table work courses, all regions. 14th to 16th February, secondary schools elite NETBALL, St. Joseph's, Fiji. February, Margaret Visereko Memorial Cup, Hoima. 27th to 28th February, National Novices, all regions. 21st to 23rd February, XCOM retreat, stroke workshop to be established. 14th to 16th of March, President's Shield Cup was meant to be qualifier for East African Championships for this year. The venue was meant to be Nambole, but based on pressure that came from the EANA organizers for the East African competitions, this shield was not played, but teams were selected based on the previous performance. 21st to 22nd March, National Lebusia. 29th March 2025 is AGM Rugogo. We can make a correction there. It's 29th, not 30th. 5th April, first tier league throws off at Chibugo Stadium. 18th to 20th of April, Umeya Games, Namaga vs Kayunga. 26th April, second tier league throws off, Najibugo Stadium. 26th April, district league throw off, countrywide. April, Bika tournament, Uganda region. April, military games to be established, the venue. 10th to 17th of May, East African Netball, Zanzibar is the venue. May, Nabagereka Buganda Cup, Buganda. May, Under 15 World Cup, venue to be established. May, International Build-Up, venue to be established. May, Lottery League Tournament, venue to be established. June, Capacity Building, venue to be established. June, Academies Tournament, venue to be established. August, Under 17 Challenge Cup, venue is Kampala. August, National Primary Schools Netball, venue to be established. August, USSA Ball Games, St. Peter's College, Tororo. August, tertiary institutions to be established. August, USA Youth Championship, USA is the venue. August, Fiesta, Kenya. September, Interforces,
to be established. September, Intercities to be established. September, Uganda Cup to be established. September, Sheep Cranes Regional Tour countrywide. September, First Five Gala for first and second tier. Venue is Nambole. October, World Male Championship. Venue is USA. October, Independence Cup. Venue to be established. October, Under 21 Challenge Cup. Venue to be established. October, Sarah Nkonge Independence Cup. Kampala University is the venue. October, Spa Challenge Cup. Venue is South Africa. November, Fallen Heroes Cup. Venue is Kampala. 1st to 10th of November, Africa NETBALL Cup. Venue is Malawi. November, End of League. Venue, Nachivubo. 15th to 21st December, AUUS Games, Mukono, UCU. 30th December, Netball Festival, venue to be established. Then December, Awards Dinner, venue to be established. Thank you so much.
So that is our calendar for 2025, dear delegates. That is the calendar, ladies and gentlemen, as presented. If there are no comments, we seek for adoption. There was a first hand there.
Thank you, Madam President. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. I'm Mr. George Jackson, Captain, Kampala University. Actually, the strategy and inclusiveness of the men on this calendar is a bit lacking. I don't know, because why should we have a region tour for only sheep cranes? Yet even the rock, we are also struggling to be included. The boy child is not being favored on this calendar. So I'm kind of requesting, if possible, you could include the male, because I'm sure on these tournaments, I doubt whether the male are likely to participate, unless if you get funding that I have, but I'm sure it's only the ladies who are likely to travel and attend most of the tournaments on these calendars. Secondly, let us talk about still the funding. The male league, like we have not been getting any prize money, yet we do play and help our sisters, give them friendlies, but when it comes to our side, it's like we're just helping them, but we're not getting anything out of it for now. So I would request, in case if the league starts, let at least they may have enough prize money. Thank you.
Thank you for your submission. We have not forgotten the male child. I think it was a typo, error, or omission. There is going to be a male's league on the 12th of April at Nachivubo. Please take note. 12th April, second tier league for men at Nachivubo Stadium.
Madam, we have some hands raised.
First,
Yes.
first Ironman, 12th April. Yeah, thank you. At Ham Stadium. Our game is all inclusive, it's for both men and women.
Madam President, I propose that this calendar should be adapted with any necessary adjustment that can be made. Thank you.
Can we have a second, please?
Before it's occurred,
Sorry.
something has happened.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I was part of this activity plan.
Making. However, there was one thing that I did bring forward, it skipped my mind. Since it has been presented here, I just wanted to air it out. If the house buys it, we will include it before I second. That is about the fallen heroes. The venue here is Kampala, but I think it will be more meaningful to have these things in the regions, because we have fallen heroes in the regions, and it makes more sense to celebrate these fallen heroes in our regions. This is what I just wanted to submit. If the house buys this idea, would now include it in that period when Kampala celebrates the fallen heroes, we would also do it in the various regions. Thank you.
Okay, before we get a seconder, she has moved her motion. Now, the regions are very strong and powerful. If the regions can host this, they can go ahead. We can include them in our calendar to host the fallen heroes. So we will. So it will be one day that we are going to allocate for the fallen heroes, and then all regions will do it. On that very day. Yes. So we need a seconder for the motion.
Madam, before the seconder, for record purposes, his names have been called for.
I am Chanwat Angwet Pidu from Kitgum.
Thank you.
Peter Makira Robert from assessing. With all other ideas included, I support.
Thank you. The next item on our agenda is the presentation of NETBALL Uganda membership fees and subscription. Although we have this in our budget, so it can be presented in the budget. So we now go to our treasurer. Treasurer informed the House.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Protocol is up for the interest of time. On the club registration and affiliation fee, let me begin from there. We had a team managers meeting, and we agree the women team will pay 1 million registration, and the second division teams will pay 700,000, and the main teams will also pay 700,000. That was agreed in the. Then when you go in the regions will pay 100,000. Also, yeah, that's what we passed. Allow Madam President, I'm not going to make a speech. However much I had a speech, and my presentation was on a laptop, but I have made some summaries because, as earlier, the facilitator for strategic plan told you, according to our budget, National Council of Sports, Stroke Community of Education, NETBALL was allocated 300 what? 300 million. That is where we are still moving in. So they are giving you two budgets because the government, the financial year for them starts on July and ends on June. So I have two budgets which I'm giving you. Remember, we handed over office on 27th December and we started working. So we have a small budget for January to June, if you have seen it. And when we entered, as soon as we entered the office, we found that the Liberalization Committee has already engaged. We were supposed to attend the England test series where the girls went and performed and they came back with applause. Yeah. We were supposed to train the team. So we are moving on. The loan is accumulating slowly by slowly. Because when we handed over office, we did not get anything. Even the account we opened up a new account. So we are trying our level best. We took the team, there was a lot, but we thank God the team went to England and came back. So when you look at that small budget, which they have first given you, we are expecting just expected income. We are getting some good people, but they are giving us money on the loan. For instance, the president told you to have already paid the office for 3 months. That is 5.4. Even the team, when it was going to England, we had to train it. We looked for the money. Even for visa, plus the pay. That's why to June, to wait government, July, August, September, they are giving us money, then we can move on. So that's a small budget. For January to June, we are expecting, if we can, the loan accumulates, it will not exceed 228 million. In novice rally, we are expecting to get some money, about 4 million, but the novice rally we are conducted in the regions. We ended up not getting the money. When I'm giving the accountability in the next AGM, I'll let you know. The national rally, we are expecting we shall get, but here we just get loan when we get to Busia. We made sure to leave Busia when we have cleared everything. And people are witness, we never left any stone unturned. Everything was paid. And when you look at the collection which was collected in the club, couldn't manage to pay the expense which was in the national rally. Here we bought and we paid. Club registration, they have not paid. I have just told you. We agree a woman, they will pay 1 million, and they are supposed to pay it on the account. The second club division, also they have not paid. And the sponsor, we are expecting to get some sponsors. Because we have written letters. We are requesting some money if they gave us. So, tentatively, the expected income will be 291. When you go down, that is the tentative expenditure. If we get the money, even the girls which are not paid the money, they are there included in the what? In the budget. People ask, how comes? The small loan we got, we first cleared the 6 girls which were not taken to UK, and each was given 1 M. Then we were supposed to buy the kit. We had nothing. We started on zero. All those things are what? On loan. But also the girls, the president gave them $100 when we were in UK. When we came back for transport, the vice president had even given them 100 each. We are not too bad. Even when they come back in Namibia, the president gave an envelope of 300,000 to those girls. So we are trying our best. That is the first one. Then when you go for the financial year, the budget for 2025-2026, which is going to start in July, we have made it for 4 billion. But I have already told you, the government allocated us how many? 300. But we are going to submit it because we cannot operate without a budget. We must have a budget. When they present it in the parliament, they will tell us we shall adjust. Because I don't want to consume your time. That's why expected income I have shown you and the expected summary. The expenditure summary is also attached. Because you cannot sit here and discuss it. Where are you going to get the 4 billion? We assume if government gives us. But remember, we are still on free what? 300. Someone to move you from 300 to 4 billion. Let's pray for each other. That is the budget and it is summarized. We wish government will take up this budget. Madam President, allow me to stop there. Thank you.
Thank you, our honorary treasurer. He has presented the budget. As he clearly stated, when we came into office, we were handed over any bank accounts. We were not handed over any assets or any liability. We started on a clean sheet as NETBALL Uganda. So we started with no money, no funds. But when you are in leadership, you must be able to solve problems. That's why we had to take the team to England, despite lack of funds, but we had to borrow funds to be able to take the team. So we've continued performing. The challenges are not going to put us down. We have to forge forward. And in this movement, I call upon you to be part of this journey. If we are going to achieve, if we sit down and lament, then we are going to be like some federations who have not even crossed some boundaries because they are lamenting every day. But for us, God is on our side. By His grace, we are going to continue making strides, but also in unity we shall achieve. The treasurer is supposed to our auditors. Oh, okay. Please, we request members to pass a motion that we adopt the treasurer's report.
Thank you. I'm never going to do much more. It's okay.
Proposal for adoption.
Thank you, Madam President. Bukenya Moses Makasa, Singiro District. I propose the adoption of the budget
as it has been read.
I'm never going to do nothing. So it's okay.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to the next agenda. The agenda is going to present the extent.
Thank you, Madam President. Our auditor was here by 10, but he had another commitment. But before that, we put in an advert for people to apply. We received only one person. Maybe they feared we're a new federation and we have no what? No money. Yeah, so the auditors we received, they are called Amon Associated Certified Public Accountant. Their offices, they are in Tinder. They wrote their proposals and we have it with the president, and that is the only which we have at the moment. And even we don't know what they are going to audit because we have not received the award. But they applied, so I cannot deny them. So kindly I'm requesting, at the moment we can go with Amon and Associated Certified Public Accounts. We see if they can work without money. Then when we get money, we shall present the auditor. Thank you.
Okay, we request members, our delegates, to receive the motion.
Madam President, I'm not standing to move a motion, but I've gone out for a short call when the budget was passed. This is a kind request that we have our games televised, or broadcast, or live streamed. I request if this is possible to be included in the budget. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mugisha. It is noted.
Okay.
That is our plan, to have our games televised and watch the league games for both men and women. Yes, please, anyone passing the motion?
We're sorry to take us back. I'm not seeing it, which is administration there. I don't know how they sacrificing and so on. I will beg you need to put administration there or management there, because you cannot use your personal money. Thank you. And also, those who are going to attend offices, there is a need for something there to be there. Thank you.
Thank you, member. Noted. We need a member to come. Need a member to propose that we take on the auditors.
So auditors from the NETBALL Association, I hereby move the motion of passing Amon certified accountants as our auditor, since it is the only one who is available to take up. I move.
Thank you, Dr. Komiro. Seconder.
Thank you. My name is Aloy Patrick from Kids Group. I second the motion.
Thank you. any other business for which notice was given by a member?
Our dear beloved President and the input.
I am Insama Michael Aoa, Kuluva NETBALL Club from Arua District and Westland Region. Members, I am kindly presenting this to the Augusta House tonight. Looking at the number that we have present, it is out of sacrifice that the members have endured to attend this. What do I mean? If all the members are to be present, this house will be filled to the brim. Looking at all the district delegates who are to be present here, I am borrowing a leaf from the large sittings we had in the previous government, the defunct government. I am with a view that if we could decentralize the delegates' sittings on a regional basis, the districts of the region sit and discuss their issues into details and duly trust and entrust their regional representatives to have fully representation of each region, and they will have to deliberate on our behalf because each region has different challenges. We may be here, they may be common ones, but others have gross and minute, and that needs to be picked from grassroots. I felt if the members are given that mandate on the regional delegacy sittings and the regional representatives present this to the national quorum to minimize and to cut more costs. But with a condition, I kindly request, if that is granted by the House and the Federation facilitates the regions in their delegate sittings, because some of our activities cannot come just because you go to the cow, you go to this, you can't get funds. On a condition that the Federation is willing to fund us, to support us, to run the regional activities, particularly the general assemblies like this that we are to have. I presume if funds were our best allied, all the districts that on the list would be here with the executive and other people. The number will really blow this house. This is a humble request I am making to this August House. It's a proposal for discussion. I beg to submit.
Madam, are we taking all the AOBs once?
For any other business, we are not taking on any other business. We are responding to these motions. So members, you've had our delegates from Arua. He has presented a motion, and we need you to receive it. I think he was very loud and clear. So members in the House, unless if you want him to repeat, but I think was clear.
you. I wish to receive these matters to be discussed, if also permitted, Madam President. I would say it's a good idea, but I wish your team should begin moving in the regional area also. You survey and you hear from them, then later on we set back, then as a result of that, you go for all the vision. Thank you.
Michael's submission is still on the floor.
Yes. This is Mohammed from Osia. It is a good idea, but it will be against our constitution. Because in the word AGM, it
months in the whole year. So if again we propose that we go back to the regions, the region representative they are there. What we should do, let us just stay back on them and we sit with them. They will come and present our issues. It remains that they will come and present our issues of the regions. But all in all, it will be against the constitution. So just my answer.
Thank you very much, Moses Perez Okello from Northeast. I would really support Mr. Michael because most of the ideas are generated right from the regions. And if you give them another opportunity to have that AGM as a region, it will generate more of the ideas. So I would propose that we go with him to adopt the motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shafi Ibrahim Kampala. I stand to second Michael's motion.
Yes, unless if we are having a seconder. A third, actually. Ali?
Yes, Mugisha, Central Region, I second.
Thank you, members. So we are going to make an amendment from what he has proposed and you have seconded. We thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for the very interactive session. Amidst us, we have a government representative who is going to give us her remarks. But maybe before she gives her remarks, we want to let you know that there were members online. They were not able to make it, and they were facilitated to be online so that they can attend. I don't know how many attended, Madam Secretary.
I have 40 people here who attended online, and I have messages from 15 people in reaction to what has been presented. So I present them. From Uganda, From Uganda, I had Mr. Senkumba Matia, Mr. Kakembo Shafik, Madame Namugenyi Esther, and Nachitende Harriet. And Mr. Senkumba Matia responded on the item of representation. He responded on the item of representation and noted that it was necessary to have equal representation all over if netball is to be well represented in the country. Then Madame Nachitende Harriet mentioned that some of the people who have been put on the umpiring committee seem to be very few, and they need to be a little bit older. That was her statement. A little bit older, because umpires are not easy people to manage. Then I had people from West Nile, Mr. Kisa Morris, Mr. Abundu Bernard, Owecham Alfred, Rosemary, Mazape Juliet, and Ayokolu Elas. And Madame Ayokolu noted that West Nile region is not fairly represented. It needs good representation. They cannot rely on only one person. Then I have Mr. Moses Ekolot, who noted that according to the table of standings, Northeastern region does not have any representation, and yet their regional representative is always busy, so he needs to be helped by some other person who can help to give information all the time. Then Mr. Wagaluka Saddam from the Eastern noted that this was just a compliment, that this is the way to go for netball. If all that is being discussed moves on like that, then the future is bright. Thank you.
Thank you for the online members. At this juncture, allow me to invite the government representative to present her remarks.
Did he or she register that any other business?
Yes.
No, you must have submitted before today. For any item to be included on the agenda, you needed to have submitted it prior. Thank you.
Thank you. The Executive Committee of NETBALL Uganda, the Honorable Delegate
of NETBALL Uganda, members of the First Estate present covering this event, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm Sarah Chalamat, Acting Assistant General Secretary Technical of National Council of Sports. I bring you greetings from the General Secretary of National Council of Sports, Dr. Patrick Bernard-Ogwell, who should have been here, but due to other government engagements, he wasn't able to make it, so I'm standing in his shoes. I'm so honored to be here this afternoon to attend your first AGM as NETBALL Uganda. I take this opportunity to congratulate NETBALL Uganda upon recognition by the World Netball Africa, and the continent. We as Ugandans are always proud of the She Cranes. You have done us proud. You've done great for Uganda, especially in lifting the Ugandan flag. You have been our brand ambassadors for this country. And we appreciate the She Cranes themselves for the efforts, for the hard work, for the team spirit. Because for success to be attained, you must work as a team.
So we implore you as the new body regulating, promoting the sport in the country to be united.
You know where you have come from, where you are right now, and you know where you're going as you have been guided by the strategy.
I have been following most of the activities, and I want to say you're so far doing well.
Especially in spreading the sport in the country. I want to draw your attention to our mission as National Council of Sports. As you are aware that National Council of Sports was mandated by the Act of Parliament to promote and oversee all the sports activities in the country. We have our mission, we have our strategy, we have our vision, and our principles that guide us as we implement our mandate as National Council of Sports. Our vision is a center of excellence for promotion and development of sport in the country.
And our mission is to provide opportunities for all Ugandans to participate and excel in sports.
It is on that background that we were established as National Council of Sports, to ensure that all Ugandans are playing sport, are participating in sport. And we are guided by principles
of honesty, pursuit of personal excellence, the love of sport, teamwork, and inclusiveness. I therefore urge you, as NETBALL Uganda, to emulate your mother body. Love for sport should be your priority. Honesty, as you execute your duties, should be adhered to. I also want to bring your attention
the issue of registration. Most of you have raised it. The President highlighted it, that you now desire to be recognized by National Council of Sports. That is very true. So I want to draw your attention to the new National Sports Act of 2023-2024. Especially look at Section 8, Section 9, and Section 10. That talks about eligibility for registration. As you look through it, the
contents therein are mainly the participation of sport in 75 districts of Uganda if you are to be a federation, and 50% if you are to become a national association. So the choice is yours. What are you intending to register with National Council of Sports? Do you want to be an association or a federation? If you must be a federation, then you must comply to the 75% coverage of the sport in the districts of Uganda. Ugandans must play your sport. Then, this AGM is also provided for by the law.
When you read Section 10 of the new sports law, it talks about that the AGM must comprise of at least 50% of delegates from the districts. So in this attendance, it should at least have 50% representation of the districts of Uganda, as per the new sports law of 2023. So our main focus as government is in regulation, governance, and professionalization of sports
sector in Uganda. We want to ensure that you are operating in a more professional way, and your governance structures must be well streamlined. So as we talk about regulation, registration, and governance, you have to ensure that you comply at all moments, at all times, to the SI.
So the good news is that on 14th of March 2025, our cabinet minister, who is our mother, Honorable Janet Museveni Kataha, signed the new regulations that are now operationalizing the new sports law. We thank God as a country to have a minister of sports that loves sports. She puts sports to priority to all that she does. That's why we see that our Sports Act and regulations were gazetted on 14th. And on 26th of March 2025, the State Minister of Sports, Honorable Peter Ogwang, flagged off the SI in a press conference that was convened in this venue. So our new law, our regulations are in force. And right now, all federations and associations are required to register. Those who had registered are now required to re-register. And then the new sports are required to submit and register afresh to National Council of Sports. And we are not compromising with the qualification. We are not compromising with the requirements. We require you to comply 100% to the contents, to the requirements stipulated in the new regulations of 2025. Look through the regulations, read and ensure that you attain the 100% compliance if you are to be registered or recognized by National Council of Sports. So registration is commencing soon. As soon as you're ready, you are required to submit your application to National Council of Sports. Someone had asked the question that now is National Council of Sports ready to, or have they accepted to fund netball? We cannot fund you because we don't know you. You have to first register. We just know you as promoters at the moment, but we have not recognized you. We have not registered you. Unless you register is when government can give you support. I also want to implore NETBALL Uganda to align your strategy, align your constitution, align them to the strategy of government, to the strategic direction of government. Look at the focus of government and align your activities to the strategic direction of government. Look at the NDP 4. It also talks about sports. So I implore you to do that, because even as you come up with your work plan and budgets, they should all be well aligned if you're to attract government support. As I conclude, I want to urge each one of us to ensure that the sport is played on ground, not just on paper that we have a sport, netball is played in Arua. is anchored into the principles that government require. So I wish you success as you embark on the development and promotion of the sport in the country. I say all this for God and my country. The ones don't sound, but I would like to thank government for sending a representation to our annual general meeting. That is a sign that we are already recognized. But we have to up our game and follow the guidelines which have already been signed by Mama. Thank you, Madam. On behalf of NETBALL Uganda, I would like to thank you for coming and also for presenting your remarks to us, majorly about having activities in our districts, activities in our region. We have to move together as one. We don't want to leave behind any district. Because we came as one, we must arise as one. Remember, our consultant said, you have to focus and know which strategic partner you're going to move with to arrive at your destination. National Council of Sports is already a strategic partner. We need them to be able to achieve our vision of being a game that is widely played in this country, that is built on excellence, inclusiveness, and unity. So together we shall move. Thank you, Madam, for your presentation.
Administrative issues. Allow me to request the chairpersons that have been deployed as chairpersons of the standing committees before we leave here to meet with your people and agree on a date when you are going to meet, because we need your meetings. Most importantly, the finance and marketing committee, you need a lot to do. These other committees, make sure that you go after you've known your person who is managing you, because we were reading through, and as reading through, people didn't know who they were and who, so please do that. 2, the treasurer has organized some simple public transport refund, and after here, we are going to have a way of having sure that we make sure that we find it and finalize it. So there are people who are going to be responsible for the payment so that we don't waste a lot of time. In the communication of the president, you are directed the new office where we are going to operate from. For those of you who may wish to go and have a class, the place is not yet prepared. You can, but that's where we are going to be. In the 1 month's time, I think we should have done it, because we have already paid for the office. Effective yesterday, it is ours. So it's now dependent on the way we shall have it worked on. So the finance, make sure you prepare that room for us, because we are going to hand us a well-furnished thing. The financial team of the 6 must sit down and handle this. Much of this is yours. And I think those are the few announcements I'm going to make. I think the treasurer can give us direction of who is paying what and who is getting what, and then after that we shall have a prayer, closing prayer by one of us, preferably a Muslim who is going to have to end their fasting before the Christians end. Would have to have that prayer from a Muslim to close us and also bring us nearer them. The next assembly, the Christian will pray, because we shall have also ours. Later, the first 30 for us, we fast 40. Meanwhile, we have a prayer first. After praying, then I will request the president and DS, our honorable, to escort our guest, so that the guests now leaves us to be free with the way we jump up and down looking for this, so that she doesn't see how the netball is played in the hall here. So a prayer.
Thank you so much. Let's humble ourselves for your word of prayer. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم تقبل منا تقبل منا صيامنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم تقبل صلاتنا وقيامنا وركوعنا وسجودنا وتوبتنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا تحب العفو فاعف عنا يا كريم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين ربي زدني علما وارزقنا فهما ربي زدني علما وارزقنا فهما اللهم إز الشرك المشركين وعدم يداك الدين برحمتك الرحمن الرحيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس مالك الناس إله الناس من شر وسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Lord, we thank you for today. We thank you for NETBALL. We thank you for these great people. You've given them very good, great journey masses. They have left their families back home and you've given them safe travels up to here. We thank you for the talent of NETBALL. We thank you that you've chosen us among the very few. We request you for the greatness and bright minds you gave to Solomon alayhi salam. We request you for the strength you gave Salman. We request you for longevity in this NETBALL. We request you to give us more talent, more brains, more energy, more finances. Look into our leaders, give them guidance, give them the strength to anchor our NETBALL. You are the one to help them, touch them, and so that they can govern us so well. Give us a very great dinner today, a very great lunch today, a very great way to survive our families. Look into our pockets, solve our problems. We have sick people. Look into them. Survive. We cannot survive without you. As we go back, Lord, give us very good journey message. Give our drivers strength to see us back home without any inconveniences. Our girls, ladies and gentlemen, are going back to play the game. Give them good officials, give them good umpires to have good judgment. Give them a very great sense of humor and enjoyment so that they can enjoy their game without injuries. So that best teams can always win. We thank you, Lord, and we appreciate. And we say, wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa aswabi wa sallim walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. May the grace of our Lord and the love of God be with us now. Amen. In the name of the Son.
Administrative issues. Remember, I apologize for everything. Moada will take on all the clubs. First division, second division, many clubs. If you are representing the club, you will go to Moada. Then let me read the following. Mubende, Mokono, Nakaseke, Ngora, Ntungamo, Oyam, Padel, Shema, Soroti, Tororo, Wakiso, Yumbe, Nakasongola, Kampala Centro, Kawempe, Makinde, Nakawa, Lubaga, and Special Interest Study Group, Secondary School, Primary School, Ashu, Tashare. You will come to Mr. Mr. Wamba. Then the following districts, you come to me. Agago, Aleptown, Alua City, Alua District, Buyikwe, Bukedea, Bukwo, Busia Municipality, Butareja, Butambala, Buvuma, Guru, Hoima, Yiganga, Isingiro, Jinja, Kaberamaido, Kagadi, Kakumiro, Karungu, Kanungu, Kasanda, Kasese, Kayunga, Kiboga, Kitigum, Koboko, Kumi, Chankwazi, Lamo, Luero, Rengo, Yantonde, Maracha, Masaka, Masindi, Mbale, Mbara, and Impiki. We catered for one person, and the amount is here. Let me hope everybody has registered. Attendance, if you have not registered, try as much as possible to register on the attendance. Just give us 1 minute, they are just going to bring the money. Yeah, you want to talk?
Special interest groups, are they here?
They are there at your side.
Special, now, I wish not to
wait that he come. Wait that he come and it is said.
He said it is now Kunja. I wanted you to listen. The Vampire Day.
I will give you, don't get one.
The Vampire Day. Nze fananya okusoma busomero linajja netukya protestinga wano ennaku zino waliwo obulwadde bwa ssenyiga
namugobayo naye bakyankala kyemanyi bamaze kati
Members, I kindly request we do a group photo for the record, just by the steps. The president is waiting for you and the National Council of Sports. Let's kindly take that group photo very fast, then we can continue with our activities. Kindly.
You don't focus on that.
Allow me.
Because you have the whole. Okay. Just can nenda kuda comment table no nenda mtu wao.
Allow me. That we are wanted for a photo outside. Let's go for a photo outside. Outside, photo outside, and colleagues after. EXCOM, regional representatives and EXCOM remain behind after this exercise.